Let me be honest with you for a second. Every year, thousands of football players, whether they're young, old, experienced, or just starting out, hit the pitch with the same dream. They want to get better, get noticed, and maybe even go pro one day. And every year, most of them stay in the exact same place. No real progress, no real results. It's frustrating, right? You work hard, you train almost every day, but when the new season comes around, you feel like you're still that same player from last year. The same weaknesses, the same mistakes, the same bad habits holding you back. Here's the truth, and it might hurt a little. Talent isn't enough. Hard work isn't even enough if you're working on the wrong things. I've seen players train for hours, sweating like crazy, running until their legs give out, but they're just spinning their wheels because they don't actually fix the things that are keeping them from leveling up. So today, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to focus on. The one area you must train before you waste another year doing the same old drills. This could be the difference between becoming the player you dream of being or staying stuck on the bench while others pass you by. Alright, let me ask you this. What's the thing that separates average players from truly great ones? It's not just speed, strength, or even skill with the ball. Those things matter, of course, but they're not the biggest difference maker. The real gap, the thing that most players completely ignore, is how you think and react on the pitch. Your football IQ, your instincts, your ability to read the game in real time and make the right decisions under pressure. See, here's what happens to a lot of players. They're amazing in training. No stress, no pressure, no crowd. They dribble past teammates, they hit perfect passes, and they look like the next Messi or Ronaldo. But the second they step into a real match, everything changes. Suddenly, their touch feels heavy, their decisions slow down, and they can't seem to play the same way they do in practice. Sound familiar? That's because they've been training their skills but not their instincts. Football isn't just about what you can do with the ball, it's about when, where, and how you do it. And in a real game, you don't have 3 seconds to think about your next move. You've got a fraction of a second before a defender closes you down. That's why instincts are so important. When you train your instincts, you start reacting automatically, almost without thinking. That's what makes the game feel slower, easier, and way more controlled. That's when you start to stand out. Now, here's where most players go wrong. They spend 90% of their time on isolated drills, passing back and forth with a teammate, doing fancy footwork ladders, shooting at an empty goal, and sure, those drills make you sharper in certain areas, but they don't actually prepare you for the chaos of a real match. You need to simulate game-like situations with pressure, randomness, and decision-making, so your brain gets used to processing everything in real time. Think about it like this. Imagine trying to learn how to swim, but you only ever practice on land. You can perfect the motion, sure, but the second you hit the water, your body panics. Same thing with football. If you never train under realistic conditions, you're going to freeze when it matters most. So how do you actually train your instincts and football IQ? It starts with awareness. Next time you're watching a match, whether it's on TV or at a local park, don't just watch the ball. Watch the movement. Look at how players position themselves even when they don't have the ball. Notice how the best players are always scanning, always thinking 2 steps ahead. Then bring that same habit into your own training. When you're on the pitch, don't just focus on what's in front of you. Start scanning your surroundings constantly. Get into the habit of checking over your shoulder every couple of seconds so you always know what's around you. This alone will instantly make you a smarter, more composed player. Here's another thing. Play more small-sided games. 3 versus 3, 5 versus 5, tight spaces. These games force you to make quick decisions because everything happens faster. You don't have time to overthink. You either react or you lose the ball. This is where your instincts are built. It's like putting your brain through a football boot camp, sharpening it for real matches. And let me just say this, mistakes are part of the process. You're going to lose the ball. You're going to make bad passes. You're going to get pressured and fail. That's good. That's how you grow. Too many players avoid tough situations because they're scared of looking bad. But every time you mess up, you're teaching your brain what not to do, which makes you better for the next time. Embrace the chaos. But instincts aren't just built on the field, they're built off it too. Visualization is one of the most underrated tools in football. Before a game, sit somewhere quiet, close your eyes, and mentally run through different scenarios. Imagine receiving the ball under pressure. Picture yourself scanning, turning, passing, dribbling past a defender. The more vividly you imagine it, the more your brain starts to wire those reactions as if you've actually done them. Top athletes in every sport use this technique because it works. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you: fitness. Not just running laps. I'm talking about football-specific conditioning. Your mind can only make quick, smart decisions if your body isn't completely drained. If you're gasping for air by the 60th minute, your instincts will break down and you'll start making lazy choices. Build your endurance with interval sprints and short, intense bursts, just like the movements you'll make in a real game. At this point, you might be wondering, okay, so if I do all this, how long before I see results? Honestly, it depends on how consistent you are. Some players start seeing improvements in just a few weeks, others take a few months. But here's the thing, this isn't about a quick fix. It's about building habits that will set you up for the rest of your career. You don't want to be the player who looks back a year from now and realizes they're still stuck in the same place. Here's a little challenge for you. Over the next 30 days, dedicate just 20 minutes a day to scanning and awareness drills, small-sided games, and visualization. Track your progress. Notice how much calmer and more confident you feel in matches. I promise you, if you stick with it, you'll start to see the game differently. It'll feel slower, you'll have more time on the ball, and suddenly, you'll be the player who stands out. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Football is a game of decisions. Every touch, every pass, every movement is a decision you have to make in a split second. If you don't train that part of your game, you'll always be a step behind. Don't let another year go by working hard on the wrong things. Train your instincts, train your awareness, train your mind as much as your body. Because when you do, that's when everything clicks. That's when you stop feeling like the game is rushing past you and you start controlling it. Don't waste another year. Start today.